We are live. From Boston for an Eastern Conference contest with the Celtics. The sports fans are all nestled beside the 2K Sports broadcast as we bring you visions of NBA action this fine Christmas Eve. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. Look at the Raptors. They've got to be hoping that the road will be a little kinder to them than their winless homestand they just concluded.
And we know these two teams have some history between them. Should make for a fun contest.
Yeah, it's a game both teams get up for, regardless of recent records.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
And here's Ingram from the arc, and Klingon pulls it down. Here's Brown. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
They haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
Barnes really just forcing the D to commit. They chose him, and boy, did he make them pay.
In the corner, it's Ingram. Now, Pirtle. Pass to Brunson. He takes it in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on White. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Now here's Tatum. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And here's Brunson. Ingram wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson.
Well, when you've got a reliable jump shot like Ingram does, you can shoot without hesitation.
Wide open look here for Klingon. Oh, good with the triple. Brunson surveying the D. Ingram outside. Back to Brunson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, this is what Brown was looking for. He just needed the ball, and then instantly his shot was up.
It's stolen by White. Here's Tatum. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Pass to Pirtle. Back to Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Warriors from deep. They grant their own miss. And Pirtle able to finish.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Barnes outside. The rebound by Brandon Ingram.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Here's Pritchard, following the score by Jakob Pertl. Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Now, here's Quickly. Yep, that one goes. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Pritchard. They trail by one.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That is his first foul of the game.
Into the lineup for the Raptors.
Inside, here's Walsh. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Dick in the corner. Pass to Mobo. Bagley with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first.
The Raptors, 15.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
Latrey. Count that one for Mashburn. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
Here's Bassett. The Raptors getting the bucket. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Dick. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Out in his own on the break. Here's Walsh. His shot is good, making a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got got to be a little embarrassed by that.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
To Bagley. Pass to Walter. Dick with it. Presley defending. 5 to shoot. The 3. Dick, that's good. Dick's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
Here's Walsh. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And some changes here for the Celtics. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now.
What a move by Tatum. Finishing strong at the ring.
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Got that bucket in no time at all. Quickly's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Down low. Here's Klingon. Toronto grabs the miss.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look. Just couldn't finish.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle steps for the Celtics.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
Now here's Ingram. Pass to Abaji. Brunson with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Lets it fly. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
There's Brunson once again paying attention. He does not give anything away.
Here's White. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. White's got his first points of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
At the Hart. Here's Pirtle. He averages about 5 points a game. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Now here's Barnes. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Sold it. And what a fake from Barnes. And got the defense to commit.
And so he hits both. There's 37 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Ingram. Brunson outside. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 ball. The sweet lefty stroke of Jalen Brunson.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Tatum. No good with the layup. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Raptors out in front, ending the second quarter on a 14-6 run. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Brunson up top. To the middle. Here's Abaji. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Tries it from 19. And Klingon pulls it down. Boston trailing. So with Brandon Ingram's height and his shooting ability, Stan, he can get about any shot he wants, can he?
Yeah, Kevin, any shot at any time. You know, his ball handling is a lot better than people think. He can get to his spots on the floor. And a little bit like Kevin Durant, he can just rise up over people. And he's got a great ability to make really tough shots look easy.
Fun player to watch. Now here's Ingram. To the inside. Brunson. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Shot clock at 5. Screen by Pirtle. Brunson, that's a two-pointer.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Brown. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Ingram. Here's Brunson. Here's Pirtle. Tries again. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Here's Toronto. Brunson outside. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Ingram right side. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, that's what Ingram does. His ability to get a defender out of his comfort zone.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Stan, I could talk about coaching with you from morning till night, but what's the most difficult part of coaching that maybe the average fan doesn't know about?
Well, there's probably a lot of things like that, Kevin, so I'll just give you one. When you're coaching a star player who's on the decline a little bit, in his own mind, he's still that guy he was in his best years, but you have to limit his role, not get him as many shots, things like that, and there can be some tension, and it's with a guy that you have huge, huge respect for.
That's a great example. Coaching an aging star. Very different. Pass to Hart. Drills it from outside. Hart's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
Celtics passing it around to the wing on the left.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Mashburn. And Pirtle sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. A last touch by Pirtle.
Substitution on the court.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Connects from three-point range. Pritchard's got 5.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
Here's Pritchard. Off target from outside. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. To the paint. And finished off by Bagley.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Here's Pritchard. Good. Nice job down low. He's got 7.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Now here's Worthy. Pass to Dick. Rebound Boston.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
A steal. And they're moving it up. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Pritchard. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors leading by 10. Here's Dick. And it's Bagley in the corner. It's good from long range. Bagley's got 7 now in this quarter.
And what's interesting about Bagley, I mean, he has solid form. as a shooter. The results from distance, though, have been inconsistent.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors going into the break with a 10.
28.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Celtics trailed by 10. Pass to Pressey. Here's Pritchard. Lets it go from deep. Brunson with some nice D.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Down low. Here's Pirtle. That falls. Nice feed that time from Brunson. And that's now 10 points for Jakob Pirtle. Here's Pritchard. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Brunson outside. From deep. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Raptors lead by 15.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Drives to the hoop. Count it. Pritchard's got 10 points here in the second half.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Brunson outside. Out to Ingram. Pass to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Pirtle, no one around him. Missed for the first time this game. He's 5 for 6. Here's Walsh. Abaji pulls it in. Toronto leading by 13. Here's Brunson.
Boston foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Abaji. It's deflected and stolen by Tatum. Barnes with it. Brunson picks him up. A 3 from Tatum.
Solid from 3. Tatum is not shy about firing away.
Brunson with it. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. It's not going to go for him.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Celtics trail by 10. Here's White. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
I like that from White. Attacking the heart of that defense.
Brunson outside. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Out to the right wing. The open shot by Pirtle. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Pirtle's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, great feed there by Jalen Brunson. A terrific facilitator.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Raptors on defense. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Tatum. Throws it down, JT!
Tatum, good for at least one highlight finish a night. This guy is box office.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Now here's Ingram. 6 to shoot. Shot, high post. And that one drops. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Well, you know Ingram has such a good all-around game. No problem at all from that mid-range area.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Screen by Pirtle. On deep, Brunson. They get it back. And the dunk by Pirtle.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Sinks the triple.
Well, this offense is much more effective when Tatum is making the extra pass and setting up his teammates.
Pass to Abaji. Back to Brunson. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And yes, it's good.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
So it's Toronto winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about wraps it up.